Hey, so I think everybody's familiar with the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000 with just some bread and a few fish. And the Bible says that there were 5,000 men, not including the women and children who were there. But what we might not remember is what happened immediately after that. And this is Mark chapter 6, verse 45. Immediately, Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go ahead of him to the other side. After bidding them farewell, he left for the mountain to pray. When it was evening, the boat was in the middle of the sea, and he was alone on the land. Seeing them straining at the oars, for the wind was against them, at about the fourth watch of the night, he came to them, walking on the sea. And he intended to pass by, but when they saw him walking on the sea, they supposed that it was a ghost, and cried out, for they all saw him and were terrified. But immediately he spoke to them and said to them, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." And then he got into the boat with them, and the wind stopped, and they were utterly astonished. Now this is verse 52, and this is where I want to stop today, and just some food for thought. They were astonished because Jesus got in the boat and the wind stopped and he was walking on the water. I'd be astonished too if I saw it. But verse 52 says, "For they had not gained any insight from the incident of the loaves, but their heart was hardened." And I was talking with some of our church members earlier today on the phone, and we were discussing the fact that when this is over, and it will be over, there will be an end to this pandemic, I think folks are going to have a new appreciation for church fellowship and for being able to meet together. The things that we take for granted, myself included, the blessing of being able to meet together in church. But while we're not able to do that, and in the meantime, this story is good for us because we're in a storm. And yet Jesus saw his disciples and he went to them and he got in the boat with them. And he's here in our storm with us. And so let's not be like the disciples who had just seen him do this miracle, and yet their heart was hardened and they hadn't learned anything. So I pray for myself, and hopefully for you as well, that we will learn during this that Jesus is here, he's in the storm with us, and he wants to teach us some more things about himself. So be encouraged today. Look up, stay connected with him, stay in his word, and I'll be with you again tomorrow.